The opening sequence of any film sets its entire tone. Of course, it has to hold the audience's attention, but when we look at the work of someone as starring as Satyajit Ray, a single sequence can be so much more. Everyone talks about the opening scene of Charulata. Some love the cinematography, especially the tracking shots. Others love the lack of dialogue and how the loneliness of Charulata is conveyed simply through her actions. But to me, this scene actually tells the story of the entire film. Charulata is based on the novella Noshto Need by Rabindranath Tagore. While the rest of the country may perceive Tagore as a patriot and a great writer, to most Bengalis, he is first and foremost a hopeless romantic. A lot of Tagore's stories are about his own conflicted state of his love for his country and the helplessness at what it does to the relationships and his love for the women in his life. Charulata, known widely as the lonely wife, has a similar theme. While Charulata's husband Bhupati only cares about politics and the running of his newspaper, Charulata simply seeks company and the romance she has repeatedly read about in many a book. Their world is shaken up by the arrival of Amol, Bhupati's cousin. Amol just happens to care about the same things as Charu. Needless to say, they become intimate, only complicating things further until Amol runs away, leaving behind a broken nest. But what's interesting in this first scene is that Amol hasn't yet arrived, and yet there are warning signs of what is to come. The scene opens with Charulata embroidering the initial B on a piece of cloth. Charu's embroidery is an important motif in the film. Charu often embroiders things for Bhupati, who is grateful for these gifts but is never seen using them. Ultimately, Charu's affections for Amol are what lead her to give him a pair of embroidered slippers that she had originally made for Bhupati, symbolizing the transfer of her affections from Bhupati to Amol. But as Amol leaves, he leaves the slippers behind, rejecting her affections. Another interesting motif that is made by Charu is the pan. The pan she and her sister-in-law Monda occasionally make for Amol is like their internal fight for Amol's affections. Charu also makes a notebook for Amol, which he describes in this manner.
Hey amar shubhro khata, আমার কল্পনা এখনো তোমাকে স্পর্শ করে নাই। যেদিন শেষ পৃষ্ঠার শেষ ছত্রে উপসংহার লিখিয়া দিব, সেদিন এখন কোথায়?
Just like the notebook, Charu and Amol's time together and their relationship is also finite and doomed to end. Interestingly, Charu realizes her feelings for Amol just as he finishes the notebook. Charu asks Amol not to have his writing from that notebook published, as it is a symbol of his affections which she wants to keep for herself. But Amol defies her and sends it out anyway, because his affections are not yet bound by anyone. Interestingly, the handkerchief Charu is seen embroidering in this scene is only used by Bhupati when he realizes that he has lost the affections of the woman who once loved him. The next thing we hear is the sound of the grandfather clock. While the sound is a simple background noise at this point, it is heard at two other significant points in the film. It is heard when Amol and Charu are waiting for Bhupati to return with bad news. This is the point after which Amol's position in the house changes and he is forced to leave. The second time we hear this is in the last scene when the house is dark and broken, destroyed after the storm, even as Charu welcomes Bhupati into this darkness. Both these times, the sound is ominous, but in the first scene, the threat is still far away, unnoticed. Moving on, after calling for tea, Charu reaches the veranda, where she encounters a cawing crow.
Hey. Hush.
A crow cawing in the veranda is considered a warning that the house is about to be visited by an uninvited guest. In this case, the guest is Amol, who brings a storm with him. Just like a storm, he unintentionally destroys Charu's home. The second time a storm comes is the moment when Bhupati finds out about Charu's feelings for Amol and their relationship is destroyed for good. Another moment when animal sounds are used is when Amol and Bhupati start arm wrestling. The barking of dogs signifies their rivaling thoughts and ideas. Coming back, Charu gets bored with her embroidery and decides to go look for a book by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Later in the film, we find out that Charu is a fan of Bankim Babu's work, especially his heroines. She describes them as being too perfect, representing standards that she feels she can't live up to. But as she says this, Amol looks at a picture of her and points out all of Bankim Babu's imperfect heroines, hinting that though Charu may not be perfect, she is still a beautiful person. It is the romance of Bankim Babu's books that she longs for. Moving on, Charu is either in the veranda or in one of the rooms throughout the scene. She seems trapped and only watching the world outside with her binoculars. This is in contrast with the time she spends with Amol in the open garden space of the house, experiencing the world through the flight of the swing. Now when she looks into her binoculars, she sees a woman in her veranda with a child. While the woman seems to have replaced Charu in the entrapment of a house, the image reminds Charu of her wish for a child. But she brushes off the sad thoughts by turning the binoculars to Amol, the one person she has close to her. Coming back, Charu tries to amuse herself by pressing a few keys of the piano. Later in the film, this piano will be played by Amol. Amol's music is one of the things that seduces Charu. Eventually, his seductive music is what makes her resent him.
তুমি আজ গান গাইলে না কেন? তোমার গাওয়া উচিত ছিল। এত ভালো গলা তোমার।
While at the piano, Charu hears footsteps and there is finally excitement in her eyes. Bhupati has come back upstairs and he looks like what one would describe as a brown sahib. This image defines Bhupati beautifully because later in the film we learn that his way of standing up to the British is by becoming British.
শুধু শেক্সপিয়ার কেন, বাক, ম্যাকলে, গ্ল্যাডস্টোন। পার্লামেন্টে গিয়ে বক্তৃতা শুনবে আমল, নিজে বসে বক্তৃতা শুনে আসবে। আমি যা পারিনি।
His interest lies in politics and he considers romance to be the fancy of fools. He passes Charu without noticing her, which is exactly what he does throughout the film. He sees that she is lonely but doesn't think of giving her company. While Charu laments in pain, he simply keeps talking about the Tories and the British elections. He neglects Charu to such an extent that she doesn't even tell him when her story is published in a journal. Instead, he finds out from his friends, whose approval is one of the few things he cares about. His distance from Charu is so obvious that she looks at him through her binoculars until he disappears. This is, in a way, foreshadowing the relationship they share. Charu and Bhupati will be torn apart to such an extent that they will disappear from each other's sight. The last scene of the film, in many ways, rounds it all up beautifully. Amol has left behind a dark and empty home. Unknowingly, he has taken away from Charu all the things that she took pleasure in. Her books, her music, her curiosity to see the world. All that is left for Bhupati and Charu is a dark house, a ruined business, a torn relationship, and a broken nest, where Charu now welcomes Bhupati to join her. While the final scene rounds up the film perfectly, it only forms as it does because of the first 9 minutes 48 seconds, the scene that tells the entire story.